Jim Cathcart, how are you, my friend?
I'm happy.
We are doing a deep dive into the Maytag today, answering your questions. These are real questions from real thrivers.
Yep.
And I'm excited. Today, we're going to hear from a thriver in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Right?
Mr. Phillips.
I've got what they wrote right here. So this is what the thriver says, and then I'll let you dive into it, kind of unpack it, and give us the advice here. The thriver writes in and says, I made some really good money early in my career, and I'm struggling with motivation. I don't exactly live in a booming city. I watched one of the episodes where you guys were talking about learning, earning, and returning, and I'd like to know how to stay motivated to do all three. Learning, earning, and returning is what this thriver is talking about.
Yeah.
What would you say to, I guess, help this thriver as they're continuing to stay motivated?
Well, first thing I do is ask a question. What matters to you?
Okay.
You, Bartlesville. Seriously, what matters to you? What's important to you? See, that's the key to the whole thing. Motivation is about motives and action. So what's your motive? What do you care about? I think it's important if your motivation is dipping, if it's not where you want it to be, that you spend some time in goal setting and dreaming on paper, writing out what you want. You think about my mind, my body, mental, physical, family, social, spiritual, career, financial, emotional, all 8 areas of your life. Take each one and just start brainstorming. What do I want when it comes to developing my mind? What would I like to see happen? What would I like to know about that I don't currently know much about? What would, it could be ancient Greek philosophy. It could be needlepoint, whatever. Sharks.
Right.
It's Shark Week.
On
TV. Yeah. So it could be any number of things. What do I want to know about, and what would I like to be good at? Maybe I'd like to be good at math. Maybe I'd like to be good at like Sudoku, that kind of mathematics. Maybe I'd like to be good at word games, and you could play Scrabble and things like that. It's so many things. Just identify mentally what do you want.
So you think a lot of times a lack of motivation can come from just not having a clear vision or big enough goals?
Well, let me make it even simpler. Okay. A lack of motivation comes from a lack of motive or clarity on the motive. You got plenty of motives.
Okay.
You just hadn't clarified which ones matter most to you. So do that. This is my mind. That's the things I want. To have, think, do, feel, know, etc. Right. This is my body. This is what I would like to do. I'd like to be more fit. I'd like to be more aerobic for endurance. I'd like to be whatever, get rid of my hangnail, fix my teeth, etc. Mental, physical, family, social, spiritual, career, financial, emotional. And think in each of those areas, what do I want? And then write all those goals out and then go back through them and whittle them down to the ones that are the biggest priorities for the foreseeable future for you. And then that becomes what you want to learn about.
This is good.
And by the way, you're not asking yourself to do something you're not already interested in. You're just clarifying what it is.
This is huge.
Yeah.
This is huge. The action items here is one, clarify your motives for your motivation.
Yep.
If you're having a lack of motivation, you're saying it's because you don't have clearly defined motives.
Correct.
The motives are there. So clearly define them. And then you said something kind of weird. You said write them down. You want me to...
If you don't write it down, it's not a goal.
So you've got to actually write it down.
Yeah, it's a wish. It's an impulse.
Okay.
But when you write it down, that's a form of commitment.
Okay.
So, yeah.